Hello darklings, my name is Sanniz and I'm back with a little update about my surgery, my gastric bypass that I did September 14th this year, and to tell you how it goes. And if you don't count with I've been sick in COVID and that type of thing, so it goes well. It's going really well, and I think I have a good speed on going down. I don't lose too much weight at the same time. It goes slowly down, but it goes in a time that I think my body can adjust a little more, so it's not gonna be too. I got saggy skin, but I did have some parts that was saggy before, and I must say that Trevor is a little disappointed. My boobs is disappearing, but that is a man thing, you see, because we girls know that big boobs are not always that comfortable all the time anyway. So I still have boobs, so it's not that. It's just that they're getting smaller and maybe a bit saggier. So now at least I know how it is for people that had kids. Because I don't have kids, so I haven't had that type of drop down because of that. But now I got the drop down of another reason, because I'm losing weight. So yeah, the food have gone well, and most of the time the drinking goes well too. And I have noticed that when I drink coffee or warm things, it's much easier to actually get in the liquid in my system. It's still that I need to wait 30 minutes before and after food, but it makes it so much easier to get in the fluid without feeling stressed. Just plain water is not that easy all times. Sometimes I struggle, sometimes it goes better, but at least I always get in what I should have at minimum. So it's not that I drink less of that. So I do drink what I need to drink. But sometimes they say it's better to get as much as possible in the system if you have the possibility. But like I said, sometimes you can't and sometimes you can. And I wanted to point out that it's not just positive things when you're gonna do those things. And other things is that, yeah, my measurement have gone down a lot. I was surprised. I start to change in sizes very much too, so I'm not really sure where I am. And maybe that's a good thing too. So soon I might have to do like go through my wardrobe and see what I can keep and not keep, because if it's I already know a dress I can't keep anymore, because if they haven't done the stitches on the side around the hip area in that way they have done, it shouldn't be any problem if it just was a plain stitching on the side. But it has soon if you need to have wider hips, and I have shrinked in that area a lot, so it looks very funny. So I should need to put something inside to fill it up, because the dress looks terrible now. It's one in stripes that I actually liked, but I can't have it, so I'm gonna have to give it away, because it's not like I'm gonna throw away things. I'm gonna give it away so someone else maybe can enjoy it. I don't know. At least it's clean and everything, so but I need to go through my wardrobe and do a declutter that too, so I know where I am, which clothes I still can wear, which is suitable even when I get oversized without problem, but so it don't look too ridiculous just because I'm wearing it. So that's the clothes thing. It's a positive thing, but negative in the same way, because it's not cheap to buy things nowadays, and I don't really have that much money after all the bills and medication and other things you're gonna have to pay for during the month to keep everything going. So it's not like I can go and spend all the time on things, especially not if they cost a little more. Sometimes I might have to do that to just support something, but sometimes I must think financial too. I don't have the money for it. The Swedish money is not worth that much, so even if people in other countries think so, but that is not that much. For me it is. For me it is, because it's a big chunk in an amount of money where should go for food when we do the weekly food shopping, for an example. So it's not worth it. So that's why I do order, and I don't mind people buying from that place, but don't buy it for just using once. Take care about the things so they can last. And if you have possibility, excuse my voice, it's still the COVID thing I recover from, so I'm still gonna have a lot of symptoms still, so my voice is going a little forwards and backwards. So at least keep them in good things, wash them in a way so they don't get destroyed, and don't overwash them. That's also one thing that some people do. And I never dry. When I dry them, I don't put them in a tumbler, because I just put them out on a line and that's it. They dry over the night most of the time, so I'm not in a rush. So, and that makes your clothes last longer. And of course, you wonder more about the surgery. I'm still losing a lot of hair, but like I said before, I don't know if that's also a thing about my fear, because I lose hair before, but now I do lose hair, but hopefully it's not that visible. So I'm gonna see how it goes. It can still take some months. And I take my supplements because I need to do that in the rest of my life too. And like some expert says, that it's strange that some people that done this surgery stop after some years. But don't do that, because you destroy your skeleton too, because it's gonna start, even if your blood levels look good when you go for a checkup, and you say, oh, but they look good. Do you know what they do with your calcium? How they get enough calcium in during that time when you don't take your supplements? It takes from your bones. And because we've been heavier than most people maybe, our skeleton have been built up in a way to take the weight. So it's maybe a little more, like I say, a big bone structure in that type of case, if I should say so. But it's also a false fix, because that means that when body can't get it from our supplements, it takes from the skeletons. From the skeleton. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna start to crack. You're gonna break bones. Not good, not good. So please don't stop taking them. You need them. If you've done the surgery, you need them for the rest of the life. Even if your blood results say is fine for the moment, but the body takes it from another part of your body instead. So yes, it goes well. And sorry. I have also noticed that my asthma is better, my cold asthma. I'm not reacting that much. I can actually wear jewelry lots more. I still can't wear things directly close to my neck, so I'm still too sensitive. So I hope one day maybe I can wear chokers too, like others, because I think that's very cool too, to some outfits. But I can't complain. It goes better. I haven't drank that much on my cold asthma, even if we have snow and everything outside. So that's a big plus too. And of course, have you been out eating? Yeah, I've been eating from some takeaway places or sitting there. I noticed that McDonald's is a big no nowadays, because I can't eat that much, and I need to think about, if I'm gonna order something, I need to order something that is with protein. And when I order a burger there, they don't taste that well anymore. I don't know what it is with my taste after the surgery, but it's not worth it. So if you go to McDonald's, it's just for panic thing. You can't get something else for the closest time, and you need to eat, and maybe you don't have any emergency food with you. And when you come to this type of emergency food, bars, I still haven't found any I like. And it tastes more or less like shit, or I don't like the consistency in them. They not taste good at all. But you need to have something, because sometimes you maybe not having enough with you, even if you have packed for a whole day. So it might be things that make you delayed. And then you need to have something fast that is easy to wear and don't have maybe to be in a cooling thing or like that. So bars is good in that type of way, but I wish they could taste better. I haven't found any good at least, but at least I can eat them. I had some that done some same surgery like me in similar time span too, so they can't even eat the bars, and they go sick when they try. And they try different ones too, if it was that sort that gave the sickness, but no. And I don't have that big issue with eating either. Sometimes I can feel sick, but it's mostly when I haven't noticed in time that I'm actually full, because sometimes you don't get it in the same way like before the surgery. And before the surgery you could eat even if you were full, but then you could go sick too. But this goes even faster, because it can be that shoe extra you took can make you a little sick. But I'm happy it just stayed with little pain, or like I feel little ill for maximum 15-30 minutes, so it's not that bad. I know other people that really suffer with it, but I have been lucky so far. It's just that you need to chew, and it's slowly and not overeat. Just eat that thing you need, and I go for protein too. I still eat 6 times a day and try to drink in between. When it comes later in the evening, I'm not feeling hungry in the same way either, so I can't drink that much very late, so I need to drink everything to a certain time, so I know that I got at least what I need to have in the system, and then I don't care if I don't drink anymore. It's just if I want to drink, I drink, but most of the cases I don't want to have anything more after a certain time. But because I'm not that hungry before I go to bed, and I don't want to go with too full belly either, so I actually eat those mixed nuts instead. And nuts is actually good because they have this type of fat that is good for you, and it also have minerals in you, and some nuts are better than others. You should still not eat too many, but we are not counting calories anymore when we've done this surgery, because often it's when people are too restricted with their diet, it can actually be that you don't get enough calories in your body too. So I try to get everything to work out, and it seems like eating nuts like a last meal for me is a perfect goal right now, at least. So I am not feeling this between my meals. I don't feel over hungry or something either between the meals, and I have a blood sugar and that level that is good. I have noticed that my blood pressure actually has gone down a lot. I can take a pic on it, the latest measure, but I'm not sure what the doctor's gonna see. I'm gonna go to a yearly checkup for my thyroid, so I'm gonna talk, and hopefully I got a new doctor back then instead of the one I had last time that I didn't like. But I have noticed that when it comes to the sleep apnea, that was the main reason for the surgery, because I was not having enough to just get it for my weight. So then I don't know how it goes. I know that the machine have when I check the app, I have a less of that type of things per hour. Is most of the times closer to 0 than 1 of those per hour during a night's sleep. But that is not the fully truth, because to know exactly what that was about, I need to be at the hospital, and the specialist is gonna go through the SD card, and they can get all the results. I can only see how many times a night, or if my mask have leaked lots of air or something, and how long I have been using it for. So that's I only see the big number. I don't see when it goes down in small bits. And even last time they saw that when I started to use the mask, it actually went down a lot compared with when I needed one, because my sleep apnea was that bad. And if you have followed me for a long while, you know what that did for me. So I'm happy that bit have changed too. So now you wonder, how do you feel in your body with all the low weight loss? I feel pretty good. You can really tell that you get more energy in the body as long as you eat proper and drink proper. Because of course you can get this blood sugar go low or something, or not have energy enough because you don't put in anything if you don't do it right. But I haven't have that directly, and I think as long as I get at least 60 grams protein into my system every day, it goes fine. And that means if I have succeeded to get it in some of them, that means that if we should be out or with friends or something, I don't have to be that on protein bit. Then I can maybe eat a little more funnier if I dare to try. That's the biggest issue right now, dare to try. Because now you're still in the phase of learning what you can eat and how much you can eat, and so you get everything to work out. And if you should start to train, you maybe have to do even more and put another meal in to have the energy for it too. There's so much things going on that people that have normal functions don't think about. So it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. Remember that, it's not a quick fix. But right now, the body's dropping down, and it wants to go down to this lowest part first. And I have people already complain that I think I've been already too skinny, but I'm not too skinny, because If I go back to around 2000, 2001, I had a similar weight. I am a tiny bit heavier still. But back then I was muscles, I was training, I was on gym. So I am not that low in weight yet. And if you're gonna follow the BMI, I had to drop a lot more than I do right now. But at least I'm under my first goal, that was to actually be able to riding on an Icelandic horse, because they have a maximum weight there. So that have been passed, so I'm lucky. It's just the sleep apnea thing and blood pressure thing, don't have to take medication for it, even if I have less in the dose for my blood pressure, but I want to get rid of it, that type of things. And we have to see how it goes, because some doctors are not that keen on taking away medications, even if you can't see the reason why. Because isn't it about not having too much medication that is unnecessary for your body? Or have I misunderstood everything? I don't think so. Yeah, my body feels very much better, and I haven't had the same type of pain. I have fibromyalgia, so I know pain in body, how it can feel like. But it's actually been better. Of course, it has some days and when the weather change and that type of things. But I think the weight loss so far have done a lot for that type of things too. It actually made it easy for the body to cope with that type of thing. So you actually feel much better. Unlucky because my body goes in storm, that means I've been a little more sick, and I think that's why I got COVID too, even if I try to avoid it as much as possible and even took my vaccination. I had someone that commented that you probably shouldn't get COVID if you had skipped your vaccinations. And I'm thinking, is this person for real? I think I should be much more sicker, because this person probably don't know that I've gone through a weight loss journey in the beginning. It's just 3 months in. It's just Sunday from 3 months now since I did my surgery. So I'm just in the beginning. It's just the beginning. And that means that my body are fighting with other things, because it don't understand what's going on, because my weight go down. And when I was talking about it, I forgot to say where I was heading. So that's how my mind goes right now. So it is that when you lose weight, in the beginning, before the surgery, you had a certain set point. And because your set point was destroyed of different reasons, it can be sicknesses, it can be a lot of different diets and that type of things. You can have that in your genes too, so you have a worse. So the set point is what the body wants to be in. And when you just go heavier and heavier, the body is not just going up to that weight you had before. It wants to add more weight to be sure that you're going to stay on that set point. And that means that you just go heavier and heavier and heavier, and you're going to get all the other bad effects too. If you are big and have good health, yeah, congratulations, but I should still recommend to at least look at your food and exercise. So you at least have that bit sorted, so people can't say anything about your health, because you can have things that come in a lot of years later that you don't know about. I didn't know about sleep apnea. I don't know if that was coming after I had my COVID the first time when it was new, but we never know. I don't think I'm gonna get an answer in that bit. I just can hope that it goes much better with this thing, because that was the only solution that I have for when you have bad sleep apnea. So the thought is that now that the body's gonna drop weight, it's probably gonna pass the set point that the body wants to have now after the surgery. So many people are losing a lot of weight, and then they start gaining a bit, and some are gaining more than they maybe expected, but they can have already from the clinic said that it should be on this level when everything has stopped, we have to look to your height and that type of things too. So they panic, but they go up to the weight that the clinic thought should be good for them. And it's actually that limit they should stay on, and that is the set point. So you can't do much about it. So you can lose a little more than you should from the beginning, but don't be afraid. And of course, the weight go in plateaus even now. I have days that it don't happen anything, and then it's just a tiny bit up or a tiny bit down, and suddenly it drop again. And then it's like someday maybe nothing happens, or it's just go around this weight and then it's drop again. So it's the body that adjusts everything. And of course, I didn't tell about the thing about going out. So see, I'm all over the place. So I was thinking that yeah, I went, when we went to the Sci-Fuel, when we came home, before we went all the way home, we actually went out for a proper restaurant this time. And I ordered a meal. I'm gonna put pictures. And I knew already that it's gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna be able to eat everything, and I can't eat desserts, and I can't eat pre-starters or something like that, and I can't drink to the food. So I had to look, is it anything that is good for me with proteins and that type of things, but still something that feels a little more fancy than when I'm standing and cook my own things. And I took a very nice thing with lamb, and it tasted delicious, it did. But you can see on the second picture, it was still a lot left, and I promise I probably ate too much already because I had a bit of pain in my belly when we went back to the car. But I didn't go sick, I just got pain, so that was a little signal that you did eat a little too much. But I couldn't resist because it was so tasty. But at least I got, so I could bring the leftovers home. So I had a meal for another day. The day after I could actually eat the rest. So that was good too, because then I didn't have to hurry with having my first lunch done, because that was sorted already. But you should see the poor guy that should pay for everything, and he was so worried. Even if I had told him before that I had done this surgery, so he still was, didn't you like the food? Is so much left? Yeah, I did enjoy the food. It was very tasty. Trevor didn't leave anything, but I couldn't get. I'm stuffed. But it looks like he didn't believe me really. But I promise the food was delicious. It's just that my little mini belly couldn't take more, and probably already took a little too much because I got that pain. And now, before I finish this one, you probably want to know how much I have lost so far, my whole journey, and that is including with my diet before the surgery down to now. And the total weight loss is around 25 kilo, and that's just over 55 pounds. And I feel great. And I don't know where this is gonna end, but I know I feel much better, and I hope this COVID gonna let me go, not completely, but they say some symptoms can still stick around for a long time. But I wanted to update about the surgery itself, and if some is a Sweden wonder why are you talking about this in English, because it's a lot of people in Sweden that don't have that on Swedish, and a lot of gastric bypass videos from other countries that is in English. Yeah, because this is not a channel for that type of journey, really, but I would still want to have it included because people might wonder over the difference. They don't know me that much, or I can at least give some information about it too, so we maybe get the false picture away that it's a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. It has its downs, it has its ups, but it's a lifetime change. And if you can't change how you're living, you're not gonna succeed with this method either. And they can't tell how much one person gonna lose compared with another, because you can't compare each other. Every journey is different. That you need to know too. Because it's our body set points that gonna decide what's happening, and for some people it don't work that well, and for others it goes a little too much. Some people get complications, and some people have the best life ever after, and gonna be that person that was from start, but other people couldn't see, and they couldn't even live out that dream because they were stopped off the bigger uniform, they call it, when the body is much bigger than the inner person. But it's still a lot of things to work with, and it's probably going to be a lot of the mental part too, because that's the thing too. And I think my thing is right now to understand that I actually lost that much, because I still see the same person many times. I can sometimes see in pictures and see in the mirror that, oh, I have lost, and I see him close. But at the same time, I still have the pictures. And I'm still a bit annoyed that I also have noticed so much big difference in how people treat me when I'm going out in shops and that type of things, because they are so much nicer nowadays. And I'm still the same person. We should all be treated the same way. It doesn't matter color skin, color on hair, how you're dressed or age or whatever, but we should be treated the same because we are customers. We shouldn't be treated badly because we are too big or whatever they think, or wrong skin color. If you can have a wrong skin, I don't know, because I don't think so. We are born the way we are. And it should be that way. No, I'm not gonna drag this more because it's probably very long too. So I'm gonna wish you all a great day, and this was my update. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do next, but I wanted you to be updated. It's now almost exactly 3 months since my surgery. Stay safe, stay away. I mean, as usual. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.